Suki Suki Daisuki was pretty much Vivinos' first really big video, being released all the way back on New Year's Day of 2021, and without the popularity of this video, I doubt we would have gotten all the other horror stuff that followed, like My September, Magical Girl Ruru, Beloved, Jordan River, and in turn, without the success of all that horror stuff, we don't then get the PBC, and without the PBC and all those videos, we don't get Alien Stage. This horror animatic music video for a Junto Gawa song that was released all the way back in 1985 was the catalyst for so much, including my initial growth on YouTube, so I guess I owe it a lot. Since this is my new channel and I never made a video focused solely on Suki Suki Daisuki, I thought I may as well make a quick video breaking it down, both its visuals, created by Vivinos of course, as well as how the lyrics from the aforementioned Junto Gawa song link to Vivinos' use of the song. So without further ado, let's discuss and analyse Suki Suki Daisuki. But of course, before we get into that, let's translate the title. Suki Suki Daisuki, if we break it down, Suki, if you're much of an anime watcher, you've probably heard this a million times since it's a pretty common word. Suki means to like something. For example, you could say Suki Pochita. I like Pochita, he's cool. That's all that means. There isn't necessarily a romantic context to it. It just means I like something. You could say the same things with food. I like pizza. Suki pizza, right? Then what does the rest of the title mean? Suki Suki Daisuki. Now, Daisuki is just Suki, so to like something. However, the dai part acts as a modifier, so it strengthens the Suki of the word and makes it bigger, so to speak, and acts kind of like the words very or really in English. So if Suki is to like something, that means Daisuki, the bigger version of Suki, is to really like something. And since it's a much stronger feeling than just liking something, the word Daisuki is used more so in a romantic context. So if we take the title and put it all together, it's kind of like saying, I like you, I really like you, or I like you, I love you. And given how the song goes, both in regards to the Togawa lyrics and the visuals created by Vivinos, this title makes a lot of sense. So with that out of the way, let's go through the Vivinos animatic for Suki Suki Daisuki by Vivinos. Just like I did with my original analysis, however, for the sake of time, I'll quickly give you a rundown of who is in this short story, and I'll give them some quick and easy to understand names. This character is Glasses. She isn't wearing them right now, but she does so for most of the story, hence the name. This character is Senpai. Given the signs and stuff behind her, it makes sense. It's pretty on the nose, but yeah, Senpai works. And this character we'll just call Blonde, since it's her most noticeable feature. Much like a lot of Vivinos' work, we are met with a warning first before the video starts. It's basically just saying the depictions of violence and stuff like that. It's pretty much a viewer discretion advised warning / trigger warning for people. Then, as soon as the first frame of the actual video appears, we are immediately hit with the 4:3 aspect ratio. This is of course done to have a more retro aesthetic. This makes sense. It's trying to fit the actual aesthetic of when the song was released back in 85. And on top of that, the video is trying to look like it's being played on an old VHS tape. The character outfits are also very much retro. So the whole video is kind of just going for this nostalgic kind of style, this kind of nostalgic feel. This shot itself, however, is a bit more disturbed. We see a blank white corridor with no discernible features about it. However, the deeper the corridor goes, the darker it gets. Eventually, our eyes see a pair of legs lifeless on the ground, sticking out from the room at the furthest part of the hallway. The camera slowly zooms as we hear an audio stinger approaching in the background. If you didn't know, this is an audio stinger. It's basically played in horror movies and stuff like that to create tension, to get your heart pumping, that's all that means. But the zooming continues, getting closer to the lifeless feet on the ground, until we are seemingly interrupted by this girl popping up in frame, as if to hide the possible body behind her. It isn't immediately apparent, but this is Glasses, but I'll discuss why that is when we find that info out from the later visuals. So Glasses, who isn't wearing glasses, smiles at the camera, and Junto Gawa's music starts. But as we hear the drums kick in, we get a creepy visual for a single frame. A closer look at the legs hidden at the end of the corridor, lifeless and cold. We then get some simple credits giving us the name of the song, as well as the name of the vocalist singing it, the aforementioned Junto Gawa. This is done with some nice bright poppy colours to juxtapose what we're about to see. As soon as Togawa's lyrics are heard, we are met with a very tropey but charming scene. We see Senpai with a club of fangirls behind her, banners and all. The most visually prominent of these Senpai fan club members is Glasses, and we can tell how unhealthily smitten she is with Senpai immediately, as Senpai winks at Glasses, and as a result a love heart bounces off her face. Maybe this is the inciting incident that acts as a butterfly effect for all of the actions that Glasses will subsequently commit. The lyrics that accompany these visuals also give off this notion that Glasses has a strange obsession with senpai. My love is increasing and transcends the common. The love Glasses feels isn't common, it's not normal, it's something so much more to her. This is then followed up with us seeing how truly infatuated Glasses has become. We see her holding the heart that bounced off her face, surrounded by darkness. All the while, secret photos she's taken of senpai appear behind her, and the more photos appear, the more something becomes abundantly clear. Glasses is jealous of Blonde. We see pictures of her face X'd out with a red marker or just scratched out. She is where Glasses wants to be. The darkness behind Glasses, however, then disappears and flashes into senpai being behind Glasses. A rose-coloured love that broke out like a mutation. The flashing senpai has roses surrounding her, maybe to just coincide with the lyrics to help reinforce them and their message. We then see Blonde and senpai having a grand time together, but as the camera pans to the left, we see Glasses silently observing them, a voyeur. But what is next to her? Is that a red flower? I think Vivinos just really likes red flowers. They just keep appearing everywhere. Anyway, before this scene ends, we get a lovely little jump scare of Glasses appearing in front of us. All colour drained from her face, looking all spooky as she watches in jealousy and formulates a plan to fix the problem she sees in front of her. Pure as to be able to call it violence. As if coinciding with the lyrics more literally this time, we see her plan going into motion. Glasses stalking the unsuspecting Blonde. Blonde herself stopping to greet a pretty chill cat in the middle of the street, with Glasses not far behind. The camera changes angle and shows us a crude depiction of Glasses behind Blonde. A sudden cacophony of visuals then appear. We see a close-up of the cat Blonde was looking at, as well as an image of a realistic cat being imposed on top of that. We then see close-ups of Glasses, and to be honest, looking at this just reminds me of a very similar visual in the PBC. This smorgasbord of colours that makes it difficult to tell what you're actually looking at. Je t'aime with great force that carved into the shower. You are then met with the new and improved Glasses, dressed in all red. The beauty spot that once adorned Blonde's face, now on Glasses' face. We get flashes of Glasses singing in the outfit we saw in the intro, as well as Blonde singing along to the lyrics, and Glasses posing dressed all in white. The next image we see is a wee bit graphic. We then see what appears to be Blonde's body parts strewn across plates, connected by nerves and veins, her heart, her eyes, her ears, and knife and fork right beside all these body parts. Despite that, Blonde's face is still singing along. We can also tell that it is Blonde here because the colour of her eyes. We get the second half of the shot of Glasses dressed in white. As the camera tilts down, we see what's left of Blonde being pieced away by rats. Kiss me like thumping, as blood clots on my lip. Hold me until my ribs break and make a sound. We see a cutesy image of Glasses singing along to the chorus. The shot glitches and we see it playing on TV. The shot glitches again and we see it being played on 2 smartphones. The camera changes shots to reveal to us that it's senpai and Glasses watching the song together. We see that not only has Glasses taken Blonde's beauty mark below her eye, she has also taken her red hairband, imitating Blonde as much as she possibly could so she could get with senpai. However, this deceptive image is then interrupted by a disgusting one, showing us Glasses in a sickening bliss as she deceives her crush. I love you so much, say you love me or I'll kill you. Though we cut to black and the lyrics stop, the video isn't quite done yet. The darkness we cut to is revealed to be a hole in Blonde's face as the camera pulls out, her body hidden just underneath Glasses' bed. She has taken her face and her place. Her beauty mark and headband are gone, and Glasses nonchalantly walks past. Then the video ends. That's a brief rundown of the Vivinos visuals, so let me just give you a brief overview of the lyrics really quick. Now, one thing of note is that the original song is about 3.5 minutes long, whilst the Vivinos visuals is only about 1.5 minutes, so whilst you would think that there's a lot of lyrics missing, it's mainly just reinforcing the core message. Now, the core message and core theme of these lyrics is a forceful love, a broken one. Hold me until my ribs break and make a sound. Love me or I'll kill you. It's about imposing your love onto someone with a cruel amount of force. It's almost like a childish interpretation of love. This is reinforced by the chorus, which is not only sung in a childlike tone, but the repetition of it seems childish. I like you, I like you, I love you. Suki Suki Daisuki. It's childish. It's almost like a nursery rhyme, right? There's more to say about it, but unfortunately, Junto Ogawa literally wrote a book about this album, but it's only in Japanese, I think, so there's not really much I can do there in regards to the lyrics, if I'm honest. In conclusion, if I were to describe the Vivinos video in a few words, they would be creepy, cohesive and succinct. Despite having one of the shorter runtimes of Vivinos works, being about a minute and 30, minute and 40, depending on if you count the trigger warning at the start, despite that runtime, it manages to tell a simple yet unsettling narrative that makes use of the common media trope of the yandere, and it does so with unsettling visuals that create a sense of intrigue and mystique that both grows the audience interest as well as disturbs them. Although I think a lot of the visuals are more so symbolic than anything, showing the story of a girl who wants to be with her crush so badly that she changes who she is to her very core, replicating the one her crush cares about the most, taking her face, assimilating her, just so she can be closer to her obsession. Perhaps she literally killed Blonde and took her place, but I don't think she literally ate her like we saw with the visuals with the plates. In layman's terms, however, it's pretty cool and I enjoyed it. I mean, the song is just straight up catchy and the visuals are pretty dope. Looking at the video again, however, was a trip down memory lane for me. For those who don't know, I've been making YouTube videos for a while now on my main channel. I started back in university like 5-6 years ago, and my video about Vivinos, which mainly focused on Suki Suki Daisuki, even using it in the thumbnail, was my first big break on YouTube, so to speak. So looking back at it after all this time was an interesting experience, to say the least. But that is all pretty much I have to say about Suki Suki Daisuki. Let me know if you enjoyed, let me know what videos you want next, but with that being said, doodles my doodles, hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Peace.